Welcome back to our maths lesson year 2. I hope you're all well. We're going to carry on looking at multiplication and division. But first we're going to warm up with our 5 times tables. We're going to do it fast, so keep up with me. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 4, 20. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 6, 30. 5 times 7, 35. 5 times 8, 40. 5 times 9, 45. 5 times 10, 50. 5 times 11, 55. 5 times 12, 60. I hope you all remembered them. We're just jumping up in fives. So that brings us to our lesson. We're going to look at the 5 times table, multiplication and division. So let's take a look at multiplying by 5. So how many dots are there in the pictures on the cards below? There's 5 and there are 3 cards. So 3 times 5 is 15. There are 15 dots all together on the cards. Now, we've seen that 3 times 5 is 15. Let us look at the multiplication table of 5 to see what happens when we multiply other numbers. We can count on in 5 just like we did at the start of the lesson. Now let's look at dividing by 5 and we can link them both together. So Smarty has 15 candles and 5 cakes. He wants to put the same number of candles on each cake. How many candles must he put on each cake? We can see that he's divided it by 5 and he has 3 on each cake. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. So he puts 3 candles on each cake. Now Min also has 15 candles. If she puts 5 candles on each cake, how many cakes are there? So 15 divided by 5 means there are 15 candles divided into 5 groups makes 3. There are 3 cakes. Now let's take a look at this. We're going to fill in the boxes. So something times 5 is 30. How many 5s are there in 30? There are 6. Now we're just going to do the sum the other way. So 30 divided by 5 must be 6. Do you see the pattern? Now let's look at the next one. Something divided by 50 is 10. So 50 divided by 5 is 10. Now, the last question. Something times 5 is 40. 8 times 5 is 40. So 40 divided by 5 is 8. Now let's look at the next. 2 times 5 and 5 times 2. It's the same, it's just the other way round. So 2 times 5 is 10. So 5 times 2 must be 10 as well. 9 times 5, 45. And just the opposite way, 5 times 9, 45. So now, Ying has 25 seashells. She puts them into groups of 5. How many groups of seashells are all together? Now let's split them up in 5s. There we go. So 25 divided by 5, how many is in each group? There are 5. Let's check it. 5 times 5 is 25, so there are 5 groups of seashells. Now let's take a look at this worksheet and fill in the blanks. There are 5 slices of cake in each box, so 3 times 5. What's the answer? There are 15 cakes altogether. Let's check the stars. There are 4 cards with 5 stars, so 4 times 5 is 20. Now, there are 5 stalks of flowers in each vase, so we have 5 vases and 5 flowers. 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, so a flower has 5 petals, so 5 times 1, how many petals does one flower have? 5. 2 times 5, 2 flowers have 10 petals. 3 times 5, 3 flowers have 15 petals. 4 times 5, 4 flowers have 20 petals. 5 times 5, 5 flowers have 25. 6 times 5, 6 flowers have 30 petals. So let's fill in the blanks here. 3 times 5 and 5 times 3. Remember, it's the same sum, just the 3 and the 5 are the opposite way around. So the answer is 15. 5 times 3 is 15 as well. So Mrs. Tan made 4 pots of tea. She used 5 packets of sugar for each pot of tea. How many packets of sugar did she use? She certainly used a lot. So we're going to have 4 times, what are we going to times it by? 5. So 4 times 5 is 20. She used 20 packets of sugar. Sue had 5 vases. She arranged 6 flowers in each vase. How many flowers were there altogether? So we have 5 vases. We're going to times that by 6. So 5 times 6, what's the answer? 30. There were 30 flowers altogether. Great work, Year 2. I hope you can remember all that. In our next lesson, we'll be focusing on division of the fives. So until then, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.